Well, hello everyone, or I should say hola. I'm doing a very special Cleantech and Coffee today from Chile. I'm at the base of the Andes. It is looking glorious, or they are looking glorious, and I'm here with Andro Lindsay from Solarix. Solarix is a really cool solar company and energy efficiency company now, who's Watty's strategic partner for South America. So I'll let Andro introduce himself and what Solarix does here in South America.
Thank you very much, Josh. And welcome to Chile.
Thank you.
Very happy to have you here.
Very happy to be here.
Hopefully next time we will have more time to see around.
Oh yeah.
Lot to see.
It's a beautiful country and I've only seen a small part. So
yeah, you will love
I'll
it.
Be back.
You will love it.
I'll be back.
And second, sorry for my throat. I apologize. I'm recovering from a big cold, so not performing well. So hopefully the sound is good today. So I'm more like Frank Sinatra today.
Oh yeah.
A bit deeper. So at Solarix we are aiming to accelerate Chilean transitions to sustainable energy generation and sustainable energy usage. So we think that it's two faces of the same coin, and it's very important to see it as a whole and not separate, right? So we deliver a photovoltaic solar smart system, and we said smart because one of our key products actually is Smart Flower from Austria, which is the first all-in-one solar system in the world.
Yeah.
We installed it in an hour. It's very cool. It's very sexy.
It's very sexy. Very
it's
sexy.
really
I
nice.
agree.
Really nice. And from the other part, from the energy efficiency, for understanding how we are using the energy, we did have a gap, and we found Watty last year.
Yeah.
We felt in love of the product, of the technology, and of the team.
Yeah.
And we are really looking forward to launch it in Chile.
We love them too. They're a really cool bunch, and I mean, I guess it's important maybe for the viewer to understand what are some of the kind of key statistics here in Chile when it comes to solar and penetration in the market here.
Yeah, well, in Chile we are 17 million. In Latin America we are more than 400 million.
Yeah.
But regarding solar, in Chile already, regarding unconventional renewable sources, we have more than 70% of generation so far.
Okay.
Going in 2020 to 20%.
Yeah.
And the goal of the government and the Ministry of Energy is by 2035 to have at least 60%.
60%.
At least, and it should be much more than that.
Yeah, that's ambitious. That's cool.
Yeah, and so far actually the projects in unconventional renewable sources, the projects under construction right now in Chile, 3/4 of them, 76% to be exact, is solar, photovoltaic right now.
Makes a lot of sense because this sun is burning the hell out of us.
Well,
on
this
side.
is the highest radiation in the world,
Yeah.
the highest by far.
It's full on.
So we
It's
should take
full on.
advantage of it. It would be
Yeah.
foolish not to.
For sure. And so when it comes to launching Watty into the South American market more broadly, what are your plans in Chile and then further afield in South America? How are you going to get this into the homes of people?
Well, we are going to launch it in Chile, first of all, right now, in August, September. Actually, we are moving office now in August, and the new office is going to have a full showroom of Watty, so people can go there. We will invite, do some like show demos and so on. We'll start a big marketing campaign online.
Great.
We are already working with some key partners, generation companies, distribution companies, and also with some key players in the market, like for example, building companies. Yeah. So one of the projects I would like to mention, we are equipping actually right now a whole new under construction building right now, 70 apartments, all of them with Watty from the scratch.
Yeah.
So that will be really cool because the construction company is going to market the building as a smart building.
Yeah.
And it will be the first of its kind in the world.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Excellent. Super cool. Super cool. Smart buildings are going to be the norm in the next 20 years. It's just that it's a new thing today.
That's it.
It's really cool to see Chile jumping onto that.
Exactly. Just say it.
Okay, and then building out further afield, I mean, I think we spoke a bit about some of the partnerships with traditional utilities that actually have a big reach across South America. So tell the viewer a little bit about how that's working for you and what you hope to achieve there.
As part of the strategy, we are working very close with a generation company called Gener. And they have a big presence in generation, as I said, but in many countries in Latin America, in Colombia, in Brazil, in Argentina, in Chile, and Dominican Republic. And we are planning in partnership with them to introduce like innovative products in those markets as Watty, for example.
Yeah.
So since they have been there for a while, they have a big infrastructure, they are really big. We can serve the market very well and we can provide a very good after-sales support, which is very important when you are trying to add value to the customer, right?
And so, yeah, very important to add value
Actually,
to the
it's key.
customer, for
It's key.
sure,
It's
for
not-
sure,
yeah.
for sure. And I mean, that's a big shift for utilities to get that in their heads to understand what that actually means for their business model.
Right.
You were telling me a bit about a demonstration that you did, which included your wife at home, and this
Yeah.
was maybe with one of these big companies. But yeah, maybe you retell that story. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's a really good example.
It
of
was
the
with a
wow
big
factor of
company.
Watty.
I'm one of the lucky one
Yeah.
that I have a Watty at home. I think I had the 20th Watty installed.
Excellent.
I installed it myself actually.
Whoa.
Is that easy?
I'm sure
Is that easy?
It is that easy.
And so after, it was like 10 days after the Watty was installed, so I already learned it a bit
Yeah.
of my home. I was in a meeting, and I was selling, or I was presenting photovoltaic. But I introduced Watty as the new really innovative things in the market in energy efficiency, and they really like it. And so I mentioned that, well, I have it at home actually. It's still, we're testing some things, but we can see it. So I took the risk. I called my wife and I said, hey, honey, can you please turn off the oven, the microwave, the hair dryer, and all the bubbles start showing up, appearing, moving, and people was like literally with the mouth open for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's
they love it.
excellent.
They
Excellent.
love it.
Excellent. A good risk taken there, I think. And that's some of the fascinating things about a lot of the technologies, such as Watty in the home. People, their minds are completely blown when they see
Right.
what's possible now.
Right.
And it's going to be really exciting to see how consumers in South America respond to the offering and how they embrace it. Because it seems like the more times I hear about these stories, it seems so easy to communicate about the opportunity and the gap that you're referring to once people can see the technology in their own hands.
Exactly. No, and the lovely thing about Watty is all this is just starting, because all the added value, it will come as soon as the system will have more data.
Yeah.
So as more data, more added value is coming, it will to supply like really key valuable information for the customers.
Yeah.
So it's not just saving energy, which is really important, but it's also adding value to their lifestyle.
Yeah.
They will love it. It will be like really like, I'm sure that mandatory in some years.
One day.
On.
Mandatory to have a cool app on your phone and a great
Exactly.
little Watty box in the home.
That's it.
Hey, look, thank you so much for taking the time to catch up with this flyby visit by me into Chile. I'll make sure that I stay a bit longer next time so we can see some of the cooler things you've got to offer.
You must.
And to all the viewers out there, thanks for tuning in again. This was a little different episode of Cleantech and Coffee, and coming to you from Santiago at the base of the Andes. So, muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Keep peace and skol. Gracias.
Cheers.